Good morning. It's Morningstar. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been on. Moved to Arkansas. It's colder and shit this morning, 31. Pretty cold for us coming from Pensacola. There's some things to be said this morning. So I'm going to just sit with the energies and see where we go in this conversation. A lot of supernatural things have been happening in White Wolf in my life. So sometimes in life, I gotta take that thing out the top that's bothering me. Sometimes in life, there's a time to move. There's a time to act. And then there are times to sit still, center yourself, and breathe. Shutting out all distractions, all noises, and centering yourself once again. So let's do that. Archangels of love and light, who is willing to cleanse me of my aura? Tapping in to God's Source energy. And the great I am. Here comes that flow. Diving deep into Middle Mother Gaia Earth. Oh my God. Oh my God. Facing traumas, facing difficulties, driving down the highway of life. You can't control the semis that are going by, but you're on track. And you're staying the course no matter what life brings to you. Grandmother just joined. Breathe. Thank you, tribal women are here. I've got this galactic being that's been showing up. I don't have a name yet, but they show up. Ati Chica, Archangel Michael is here, thank you. We have some upper angels. Breathing in, and whether you watch this now or watch this later, the power is still the same. Life can be very magical. Amidst the chaos, amidst the turmoil, amidst everything that you're facing. Ha! Shote ate eto ushote. Thank you, my African friend is here. Hato shitote ashote. There's a real foundation flow that just flew in, not flew in, but kind of flowed in. Foundational strength. Thank you. Now let's take it up. Tapping in to the river of light, the river of love, that aqua river. Oh my God. The flow is incredible. And that's what happens when you shut out everything. Alone in your bedroom, alone in your home, taking 5 minutes to yourself. God's Source energy, lots of times will talk to me while I'm sitting on the toilet. It's just where it is. I don't know. Maybe it's where I am like the least distracted. But as I look around my new home and I look out this window to the river and the fog that's lifting up, sunrise coming up through these gorgeous trees, and once again, God's First Energy saying to White Wolf and I, move to Arkansas. And it was like, move now. And so we did. And one of my prayers was that we would see the fall colors and see the leaves before they drop in the ground. And that's exactly what happened. So I want to talk to you about manifestation. I want to talk to you about writing in your journal. Write down what you want to happen in your life. Write it down. Get it from here onto paper. What does that do? It releases energy. It sends the prayers and the requests up to God's First Energy. Don't know how it's going to happen. Hands off. But it happens. Pardon me, gonna drink some water. Amidst the turmoil, amidst the chaos, find the fun. Find the fun. Nothing is so ever goddamn serious that as you get caught up in these external vortexes, it's like you set your perimeter of you. You set your perimeter of the bubble of you, of your life. And then what happens? It extends out to your home. That's why setting perimeters of your home is so very important, because you allow the energy of a movie, music, you light a candle, you light incense, you light sage. These are very powerful things, simple things that we can do, but oh, the power in them. And it's like playtime, isn't it? I love sitting here and lighting sage, incense. This is me. This is my life. This is who I've always been. Thank you for watching this morning if you're on. I really have no idea what's going to happen. I don't even really know what's going to be said. I just felt the call to come on. The past month, from getting from Pensacola to here, I personally have faced some very traumatic things. I drove a fucking 26-foot truck with an extended trailer with my Jeep on the back of it amidst horrific rain, with semis. I hate semis. Those bastards fly by you so fast. If they're not watching what they are doing, they will send you off the road. I think it took us 15 hours to drive here amidst the storm. My hands were glued to the steering wheel. You make one fucking mistake, you're gonna be off the road. And there were some places you did not want to be off the road at, right? So that kind of speaks about life, doesn't it? We're driving our cars. We're going where God's First Energy says. Move, do this, go here. It's scary, man. There's like, it might be a beautiful sunny day. Maybe you're just out for an afternoon drive, but maybe you're driving across the fucking country. Horrific rains, wind blowing, huge semis passing you. You know, I could barely go 60 in that truck. But those semis were going at least 75 and 80, and they could have cared less. I mean, God bless the truckers. God bless for keeping everything in the stores, but on the road, they're horrific. But anyway, so why am I saying that? Because that's what life is like. We drive in our vehicles. We drive in our vehicles, our own body, the divine creation of us. And the great I am, our soul signature, the ability to see where God's First Energy is taking us, the journey that takes place along that, Is it hard? Yes. Is it gonna fucking kill you and destroy you? Yes. Will it bring out your deep, most horrific fears? Yes. There was a side of me that did not want to move back here to this area. When growing up here in the Ozarks and growing up in Kansas City, and when I left this, it was like leaving an aspect of my life, and I was ready for the new. I was ready for Florida. I was ready for those balmy, wonderful beaches and the sunshine and the warm sunshine. And when I did get to Florida, I would go out. I didn't know anybody. I'd go out to the beach 4 and 5 hours. I'd lay on the beach, quiet, waiting to hear one word, one phrase. I was met with divine beings. God's source energy would meet with me and talk to me and talk to me about what I was seeing in life. Like it would be like, look up, and then I'd look up and there would be a pod of dolphins go by. Some really super, I mean, it was wonderful, wonderful things. So now I'm here in the back of the Ozarks. So we move into this home. And you know, like when you move someplace and there's like one room, it just kind of gives you angst. So in this house, it was the downstairs. White Wolf and I, neither one of us liked the energy of downstairs. We had already saged the house quite a few times. So we went down into this one room. It was directly below the master bedroom. And we had to perform an exorcism. There was something took place in that room. So it's like a picture of coming into new areas of your life, right? Coming into new blessings of your life. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. But there are rooms, there are areas of your life, whether it's internal or external, it's all the same. It's all energy. Opening up these closets, going into a room that's like, man, something horrific, something took place here. It was almost like we felt like maybe there was a murder in the house. Maybe there was a violent attack, and that was the energy of it. It was intense. Pardon me. I do have Kleenexes. Brought the Kleenexes out. So anyway, we took care of business. And now, after clearing that room, put in the black salt, saged, walked around, anointed the entire room, right? And it's on a feed, it's on the YouTube channel. But now, you know, set black salt, put beautiful crystals around it, rose petals. Now, when I go to sleep or when I walk by the downstairs basement door, you know what I do? I say, I love you. I love you. And I send love to that area of our home. And it's like, as these dark things come up, the shadow energy, whether it's inside or outside in the external, and then you get to the point as you face the innermost horrific things that you don't want to face, and then able to send love to it. And it's like, you know, you bless it. I love you. I love you. I love you. So they're asking me to take, in my last house that I bought in Plum Harbor, a drug dealer had owned that home. Shifty, dark, dank energy. So, you know, it was, once again, it was a room that I did not want to go into. It was right next to my bedroom, and I'd get like apprehension. And it was like my guest room. So one day I was in there, and all of a sudden I fell to my knees, and I started crying. And it was like I saw the person in front of me, and I knew that he had died. I knew something bad had happened. He had suffered a heart attack. He didn't die in the home, but he'd suffered the heart attack. He was a drug dealer, like one of the biggest in the areas. I bought the pool. There was a red and black dragon that with opalescence, when the sun would just hit it right. It was gorgeous. It was gorgeous. It was gorgeous. So I painted it, I cleaned up the outside. He had cameras everywhere. He didn't care what the outside, the neighbor told me he didn't care what the outside looked like because he didn't want to draw attention to it. But it was I mean, he had cameras on every corner. So I painted it. I changed the energy. I went into the whole Buddhist monk kind of energy, changed the energy. So I was in this room and I fell to my knees and I felt the energy signature of his being. And I felt his sadness of the dark and the despair that he felt. And I cried out for him and his spirit. And I sent him back to the light. I sent him back to source. And then you know what happened? It was okay because then the whole energy signature of the room changed. And there was such love there. And then it was almost like, I kid you the fuck not, it was like he became a protector of me in that room. It was weird. I don't understand these things at times. But my granddaughter came down. She was safe. We read books in that room. We laughed. We giggled. She was safe, protected. And it was okay. So here we are in Arkansas. We had supernatural things happening. We moved in the house. Hadn't run the dishwasher yet. Look on the floor. There was water all over the floor by the dishwasher. Hadn't started the dishwasher yet. The sink, right behind the sink, there was water all over the back of the sink. On top of the sink, water. Okay, start the first wash. Everything's hooked up. The washer guy, no problems, right? Starts the first wash. I go in and check. The first wash was fine. Go back in and check again. There was water all over the floor. Call the utility person again. Comes out, checks it out. The washer's fine. The washer's fine. It's the feed, it's the tube going out into the yard, into the septic thing. Interesting. We're in Walmart in the outside area. We're walking by, looking for lights, for the outside lights. Right when we walk by, water shoots out of this main thing, and the water thing was like that, shoots out all over this charcoal right when we walked by. So we run to get the guy that we just asked, where are the lights for outside? And he pointed us. So we're telling him, you've got to come quick. Water started shooting out. I mean, this water, like a fire, water. He looks at us like, did you guys? I was like, no, man, we just walked by. I mean, we just asked him where the lights was. He looked at us, he's like, oh my God, someone turned on water somewhere else and the valve was open, but we walked by, and right when we walked by, water flooded. I mean, just shot out like a fire hose. We're like, oh my effing God, with all of this water. And I know in the past, in my other house in Pensacola, there were times glasses of water would drop. Water would get poured out. Something would happen. The dishwasher would overrun and water would flow. And I'd be like, I'd get angry. But then it would be like, oh my God. Then I was taught and realized flow is coming. The valves of heaven are opening up. A new energy has changed. Water influx. Divine water influx flow from the divine river. Aqua water flow. For what? Life, prosperity, abundance. I am asking for really huge things. Did my trust kick in? Yeah. Do I have 7 figures in my bank account? Yeah, I do. I waited a long time for that. But, excuse me, what is it? 6 figures. But here's the deal. And why am I going here? Because things were set aside for me on a family line basis. But guess what? I can't get my hands on it. I can't. I have to call someone and ask permission to do this or do that. Someone else is controlling that. Interesting. Thank you. Is it a blessing? Yes, it is a blessing. But is it the dream? Is it where I'm headed? Is it where God's Source energy showed me in spirit where I'm heading? Not yet. Not yet. That was family stuff. I had a talk. My dad showed up on Father's Day. I lost my dad this year, 97. If you've seen my life, you know he was an abusive alcoholic. But one day on Father's Day, right after he passed away, he showed up at this exact table. And he told me, he said, "Kid, I laid a foundation for you." And he even told me about White Wolf then, because I was still concerned. I was like, "Nah, you know, all of it, right?" And he's like, "Hey, young man you're dating," he's like, "he's supposed to stay." I was like, "Okay, confirmation, thank you, Dad." And then he said to me, "Kid, I laid a foundation for you. But the things that you're gonna do in your life, kid, yeah, they're gonna be off the board." Off the charts. I don't know what that's gonna look like. I don't know what it's gonna look like. You can sit there and say, you know, who's she? Who the hell fuck is? You know what? It's you know, fuck you to the asshole on the YouTube channel that informed White Wolf Jacob that, dude, what the hell happened to you? How could you fall for that shit? She belongs in a fucking nursing home. Well, fuck you, asshole. My life. Fuck you. I was like, oh my God, are you fucking serious? Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. And you know what? We have people. We have family members. We have friends. That's somebody's from his past. Fuck you. We got things to do. We're going places. We're going to do stuff. Do you know that I had a dream the other night, or I guess it was a couple of months ago? I had a dream. And I'm sharing some stuff today. And I'm not promoting me, but I'm going to tell you what Spirit says to me. It's like, we're going to be in front of thousands of people. We are going to be worldwide. Ah! And when bringing that energy in and setting the protocols that have to take place for that to happen, do I have a responsibility to that? I can't have you out here right now. I need to share. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And invoking and inviting in that phenomenal supernatural energy, it blows my mind, the things that they have told me. It blows my mind because I look in the mirror and I'm like, really? Really? You got about 30, 40 years tops to get all this shit done. So anyway, I will tell you this. I had a vision one night, an open-eyed vision. Abraham was sitting, Abraham smokes. I don't know if anybody know, but you know, I don't think even Esther has said that, but Abraham smokes. Abraham was in a chair sitting. Bentino Macero and I were in a circle, a divine, feminine, and masculine circle, chasing each other. And I am in a third person watching this, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I was just watching the energy, and I was watching Abraham. And then Abraham looked at some being that was standing at a door and said, he got up and he said, take her higher. Interesting. What does that look like? I have no fucking clue. None. 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 But it's gonna fucking happen. And it's gonna happen in their timing. I've talked about a lot of things about prosperity, dreams, believing for the absolute phenomenal stuff. We have yet to dream big enough. We're not dreaming big enough. We're not reaching for high enough things. Do you not know that God Source Energy and the Galactic Council can do anything that they want in your life? It does not matter the explosions, what's going on around you in this 3D realm, but the energetic realm that feeds the grid of who we are as light workers, they can get anything fucking done that they want to do. They can do anything. Ha! Lost it. I think I'm still on. I don't know how.